What's up, guys? Wanted to talk a little bit about something that I've been thinking about recently, and I'm assuming it pertains to you as well, and that's kind of the thought of motivation and not feeling very motivated right now. Obviously, we're a month into this quarantine, and just life is really different, and it's hard to get motivated. Now, we can be talking about whatever that is. It can be hard to get motivated to wake up and get out of bed, or feel motivated to, obviously, talking about working out or eating well or doing whatever you need to do with the kids. So the feeling of motivation is what I've been thinking about, and really I just wanted to address that and offer you a little bit of encouragement when you're not feeling motivated. I'm going to maybe do some air quotes with this feeling of motivation, because a lot of times I think motivation is misunderstood. And the feeling of motivation, that feeling where I want to feel good and be charged up and excited, I think that's what we are really referring to when we say I want to feel motivated to do something. It's this excitement or something like that. And oftentimes, and this isn't bad news, but that just doesn't happen. The feeling, that excitement of motivation isn't always present when you're talking about motivation. And honestly, the word motivation is good and bad. I like to think of the motivation more maybe in terms of momentum, okay? Where momentum is moving you in a direction, and you can maybe replace motivation with momentum, right? Where if you're, moving along and things are going great and you're doing really well, this is momentum, right? This is where you would probably think of people being or feeling motivated, right? This is, I'm motivated, I'm going to the gym 8 days a week. I'm motivated to hit my nutrition goals. The kids are doing all of their stuff, and I'm just really motivated. Things are happening. When you think of someone who's like, wow, that person must be really motivated, oftentimes what you're seeing is the result of momentum moving in a direction, right? That person that you think of as being motivated, they just have a lot of momentum going in one direction, okay? Conversely, there's another direction that you can go with this, and this is the lack of no momentum, right? You can maybe even just put like a hard stop point here, right? Like this is just, and maybe that's how you feel. You're like, yep, I don't feel motivated. And you know what that feels like. The feeling of lack of motivation is lethargy. You just don't want to do anything. Anxiousness. Sometimes, honestly, you feel like you're stuck and not sure what the first step or the next step to take is. That's where there's no momentum, and this is this is where you're not feeling it, right? You're not feeling motivated down here, okay, on this end of the spectrum, where it's really just a lack of momentum, or it's momentum in the wrong direction, right? So there is momentum this way when you're not feeling motivated, but the momentum's going in the wrong direction, right? So, what does that all mean? I mean, that's great. Like you might understand that, and that's all fine and good. So it begs the question, how do you then stop that so it doesn't continue on, and how do you turn back the other direction so that you can feel motivated? Again, I don't necessarily buy into that. You're not going to feel motivated. You're just going to be gaining momentum in another direction, and that is a good feeling in and of itself. So, how do you move the other direction? How do you create momentum in, maybe it is literally an opposite direction? And there are two ways to do it, and really the two keys are pain and pleasure, right? To change directions and move momentum in another way, there's going to be pain and pleasure. There's going to be both, I think. When you're down here, and this is the lowest you've ever been, unmotivated, and I'm talking, this is in the fitness world, you haven't been to the gym in years, you're overweight, you're unhappy, your eating habits are poor. When you're down here, what's going to get you moving the other direction? And honestly, sometimes that's the pain of hitting rock bottom. And there will be more pain to move this way back to create new momentum. There's going to be pain, but the pain of moving this way is going to be less than the pain that's right here at your rock bottom. Okay? It's not fun to create momentum in a new direction, right? And it hurts. If you think of creating momentum, pushing a car, right? If you've ever pushed a car with anybody, it hurts. Or pushing one of the sleds that are in the gym, those first few steps are really tough. So there will be pain here, but the pain of moving in the opposite direction should be less than the current pain of just staying here day in and day out and day in and day out, right? How long are you going to stay in this position of not feeling motivated? To move it the other direction, there's going to be pain. It's going to be uncomfortable. You're not going to want to, this won't feel good. You're not going to feel that good, excited feeling. This is not excited, right? You're not excited to take the next step or the first step. It hurts, and that's okay, but it's going to hurt less than where you're at if you're over here in that not feeling motivated. I hope that makes sense to you. The good news, and here's even better news with this, right? It's not all gloom and doom. It's not all pain. This pain will go away, okay? The pain will stop because now pleasure will take its place. You're going to feel better because you're making progress. You're gaining momentum. This is what sustains your momentum. The feeling of accomplishment, the feeling of that pleasure is what will sustain you. This is the feeling that you're going to have, that motivated feeling to sustain or to create the momentum that you need and then sustain it. Okay? So if if you're watching this and you're like, yeah, that's me, raise my hand. I am not motivated to do X, Y, or Z. Okay? You are here. Put a hard stop there, okay, so that this thing doesn't trail on and keep going lower. Say, you know what? This is rock bottom, but tomorrow, tomorrow's going to hurt too. But it's going to hurt because you're moving in a different direction and you're not just staying in the same spot. Okay? So I hope that makes sense. I hope that, the momentum versus motivation makes sense for you. I hope that offers some encouragement as well, right? Again, if you're down here, I hope this is encouraging for you. If you need a hand, you need some accountability, there are a lot of tools that you need to get from here to there. That's why we're here, guys. That's why your friends are here. We want to help. So hope that helps, guys. Have a great day.